There are some questions like Gopal Krishna Naik has asked the question, what about ashwagandha as a single drug, as a nervine sedatives or in anxiety? Of course, can be given, but I prefer ashwagandha in the complications of that anti-anxiety drugs more preferably than in the anxiety. Is Tagara helpful in anxiety? That is another question. Of course, may be theoretically possible, but in general, I would always try to avoid prescribing a specific drug for the anxiety. And whenever there is an absolute need, as I told you, I would be prescribing Saraswarista, Kamadaga, Smritsagara. But in general, in anxiety, I would always trying to prevent the or avoid this. Then another question is, which is the oil best for Tailadhara? We usually prefer Kshirabala Taila or occasionally only Bala Taila. That's the usual prescription, of course. Then another question is, any use of Manasamitravati? Of course, theoretically yes, Manasamitravati, but I don't use Manasamitravati in my clinical practice. I use only limited number of drugs. So I won't comment, but I have seen many of the patients having advantage with Manasamitravati prescribed by some other physicians. Then any other questions? Can you explain the management of hysteria? This is one question. Of course, hysteria now is a very comparatively old word. In the present day's classification, the word hysteria is not mentioned, but it is considered as among these the same issues related to the menopause and the sexual habits as such. So it's among the sexual disorders and menopause, the hysteria is classified. So present classification doesn't use the word hysteria. So I have avoided that word of hysteria as such. Then another question is Ayurvedic treatment of vascular dementia. Of course, vascular dementia is a organic problem, and Alzheimer's disease, I think I have just avoided that, because whether it has to be considered as a simple psychiatric disorder or physical disorder is a controversial issue. In general, it's better to consider them as a physical disorder. So I have not included that in the present day situation. And the treatment would be, again, considering this as the Dhatu Kshayajanya Vyadhi or Jara Vyadhi. That's how I deal with these conditions. What is the difference between mini and schizophrenia? Schizophrenia mini, I think that's one question by Asha Padil, that what is the difference between schizophrenia 1 mini? That I don't know. Schizophrenia 1 mini, I have not come across that word any time. There is another question like alcohol de-addiction drug. I think I have dealt with that issue. I don't suggest any alcohol de-addiction drug, but I have heard of people using Srikandasava as an alternative to alcohol de-addiction, but I don't know. I am not able to comment on that part. I don't prescribe, I don't suggest any of the de-addicting drugs from our point of view, and I have tried to deal with that issue from my point of view in detail. Then Smritsagara Rasa, which company do you use? I think to name a company would be difficult in a public platform. It should be a reliable company, that's all. How can we manage fine tremors in patients with the chronic usage of antipsychotic drugs? I think that's exactly the same. The Smritsagara Rasa, Ekangavira, Saraswarista, or the Shirodhara, extrapyramidal symptoms produce as such. I have just summarized these as extrapyramidal symptoms. Then there is another question like, can Takradara be useful in insomnia? Can be, definitely yes, it can be used in insomnia as such. But I don't suggest a specific treatment for insomnia in general. Then what is the reliance of Shodhana in the management of Manasa Roga? As I have told you already, every Manasa Roga has to be considered as a physical condition where the dosha drushti has to be considered. Rajo dosha and Tamo dosha. Rajo dosha is related to Pitta and Tamo dosha is related to Kapha. So in severe cases, Shodhana is suggested. And in Unmada, Shodhana is the primary treatment according to the text. But as I have already since days, there is a issue related to the law related to Mental Health Act as such. So we need to be bothered about that. And according to the Mental Health Act, any of the intervention in a person with the mental diseases, you need to be more careful. That consent is unlike others. That is another issue. So it has to be with all that clauses within that Mental Health Act that you have to have the treatment. This because we cannot just escape the law as such. Then Sharmila Jain, there is one of anxiety because of exams in and a student, which drug is better? I don't suggest any drug for anxiety related to the examination. Please don't suggest any drug to any of the persons. Best of the thing is counseling, and you have to accept the examination as a reality. Then only you can have a better performance. And if at all there is a need to give the drug, I would just give a simple warm water, drink warm water, more warm water, sleep well, and sleep in proper time. That would be the best of the suggestion in a person with the anxiety about the exams. That's it. And that was a very interesting question. Then medicine to improve slow memory in aged people. Of course, loss of memory and related issues I have not dealt with in the present discussion. A loss of memory in old people may be either Alzheimer's or progressive dementia, which is an organic pathology, and the treatment would be almost on the same lines. Of course, in both these conditions, the outcome would be poorer, but all the Medhya Rasayana Aushadis, protocol of Rasayana Aushadi can be definitely prescribed. And the Vadikarana mentioned in the text also is specified for the issues related to psychiatric conditions. Then there is another question. Saraswata prescription in side effects of anxiety drugs. Some say it induces sleep. Is it true? I prescribe Saraswata in large number of conditions, patients, but I don't think that it induces unnecessary sleep. Of course, a person having an abnormal sleep would have a better sleep with Saraswata, but in a normal person, Saraswata would not induce excess sleep. That much is certain. Then what about Thagara in insomnia? I think the same question is repeated. I have answered that. Then what's the role of Ghrita in psychiatric patients and when to prescribe? Of course, I don't generally prescribe Ghrita in these conditions. Of course, the text would say about the Paishachika Ghrita in Apasmara and Unmada. Of course, one important point is Apasmara or the epileptic disorders, they are not really considered as psychiatric disorders. Now they are to be considered as a physical illness, and you need to deal with that with the specific management. So majority of that Paishachika Ghrita may have, or the Panchagavya Ghrita, which are mentioned in Unmada and Apasmara, they may have a role, but in that condition, in general, I don't prescribe the Ghrita in any of these patients. And as I told you earlier in many of our previous sessions, any of the Ghrita has to be prescribed as a part of the Shodhana as a preparation for the during the Snehana, instead of doing small quantities for longer duration. I think that's all. There are no more questions, I think. With this, let me conclude. Thank you one and all.